So quite excited to see what they put up here. Seneko, Supreme, Charlie, Saberlight, and Era.
Yes, the former
The
Chicken
lineup
Fighters
for NIP.
picked up by NIP.
Ah,
yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, I've been talking to Blitz lately, and he's just like, I'm never going to be allowed to coach again or to cast again because of the difference in their performance after compared to ESO. Obviously, the team clicking together a lot more and just really putting in the efforts there. Fell a little short at the last We Play event, but now they're here for Dota Pit, and they want to win. This is a team that feels like they should be able to win a tournament like this. They beat Secret in a best of 3 in the group stage. You know, that's a huge confidence boost moving forward in the coming weeks.
I'm excited to see Era. That's a player that, man, I was just looking at his Wikipedia page. The last interview he did was in 2012 by Aaron A.C. Chambers.
Damn.
Wow.
AC.
Damn. That takes me way back. How has nobody interviewed Era since then? That's wild.
Wow, that's kind of insane. Yeah. It's I mean, he's been around for as long as I've been watching Dota, that's for sure.
Well, he's been in and out, right? Because he was the go-to carry player for a while, and now he's playing the support role. He's listed as the 4 for NIP. So excited to see how that transition continues to work out for him.
I mean, Seneko, I would say, has been the big standout for me, at least when I watch this team. First off, shout out to Saberlight's Twitter. Saberlight is the most underrated Twitter in all of Dota. Hold on, I have to find it. I believe it's Jonas at Jonas Volek. Is that right? Yeah. JONAS_VOLEK. Top tier. I can't believe he only has like 1,100 followers. Just a fantastic Twitter. Big ups.
First pick Ember.
Ember and the Coddle is still in. So now there's pressure on Liquid to take the Coddle. Of course, they like the Coddle quite a bit. So I wouldn't be too shocked to see them just take it +1.
I mean, I don't know, dude. These days, it feels like pressure to take the Coddle is like, oh, no. We had to pick Keeper of the Light, one of the better laning supports with an amazing team fight ulti that's relevant at every stage of the game. Like,
yeah, he's pretty good.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's actually Clifford's favorite phrase right now. He goes, oh, no. Like, whenever anything happens. And like if a leaf falls off a tree, he literally looks at the leaf and he goes, "Oh no, tree!" Absolutely kills me. Coddle Bristle, guys. That's a combo.
What a combo. Yeah. Now, speaking of break, right? How much does that matter? Do you consider Viper at all? He got buffed in the last patch. Is he like at all even being
he's got to be a bit of a sleeper. I'll say that. Okay. Maybe there's hope for the Viper. Let's see if his win rate went up. I'm going to check right now. I feel like he's probably, I'm going to guess 47% win rate. Do you have a guess?
I think higher. I'm going to go 49. I think he's just below the cusp.
48. He was right in the half.
Wow.
We were
Split the
so
difference.
Close. Yeah. His pick rate plummeted, actually. Okay,
it was just a buff to his ulti. It just, a little extra damage, but
no, I don't know. Wasn't it his Nether Toxin? Because they buffed the W. We're talking about how you got to be careful because the more you buff it, the jungling's going to come back.
Maybe it was one of the I thought they also buffed Viper Strike in one of the patches, but now I'm forgetting. I'd have to look up Viper's changelog. You might be right.
But either way, we're going to pretend he doesn't exist for now. And NIP are going to be taking the Oracle. So kind of a classic counter to the Ember Spirit and having a Dispel and just one of the best position 5s.
Just real quick. Right, it was both. 7.25, they increased Viper Strike damage. 7.26C, they increased maximum DPS on Nether Toxin.
So I was more right, though, because we said just buffed.
Yes.
Just to be clear.
But he, in terms of him being a sleeper, he has just been steadily, getting the small little, hey, here's a little more. Here's a little more.
Well, he got hit with the Fly Swatter when he was, first pick material. When he was jungling every game and running around with an Atos. He deserved it.
Yeah, so keep an eye out. That's all I'm saying. Is one of these days the switch will flip, and the Viper will be back.
I do see that he was picked recently in China, in a game versus eHome, that they were at least winning at one point. So it wasn't. What did they pick it against? Nothing. A Clinks. Okay, I don't know why they picked. Oh, a Earthshaker. That was probably why. I bet he Echo Slammed right in the Nether Toxin. Classic. But alas. Position 4 hero for Taiga. Is Tusk bad here? Seems okay.
Based on these two heroes, no. Maybe not particularly good, but sure, you can mix in a Tusk if you want.
And there's also the Earth Spirit. We know Taiga is he's one of those.
Wind
Whoa.
Ranger.
Oh,
Where did she
instant.
come from?
Oh, speak of the devil.
Straight into the shaker.
Someone just played a very good Wind Ranger yesterday.
Hmm.
And now I'm blanking on who it was.
Well, what position do you think the Wind Ranger is? Is it mid?
It was Save who played it from VP Prodigy, I think, in the first series versus Liquid. I think it was positioned for laning with, I want to say, a Centaur. But right now, I would be trying to grab a Rubik if I was Team Liquid. I'd be like, yo, does anyone else want to play Wind Ranger?
Yeah. Certainly a nice Rubik game. I'm intrigued by the Oracle. We've seen him more as sort of a dispel type support. That's been one of the big reasons why he's been picked up.
He's the best.
Kind of curious. Is it just a casual Oracle? Just
yeah, I mean, they banned the
promises
for good reason. I think if you open Oracle first phase, Troll's like the pairing you always want. It's just so insanely good. But he's still just good with like a TA or something. And yeah, they will indeed go with the Centaur. As expected.
Just a solid, great support. Always gives you that reset if he's in position. And here you go, the Necrophos. So the double healing.
Yeah, you just double down on you want a hero that already has a natural save or some other mitigating circumstance, and then the Oracle on top of that, because you're forcing a double jump scenario. Like, oh, we have to burst down the Necrophos, right? Because if we don't burst the Necrophos 100 to 0, he's going to heal and we're going to lose the team fight. But then you have the Oracle. So now the Oracle says, okay, well, we have to kill the Oracle first. And it just makes your fights messy and difficult, which might be partially why they like this Wind Ranger. For like scouting the back lines and just like shackling the Oracle or something, or even just getting vision with a power shot. But it looks like mostly a laning focus thing, if I had to guess at the moment.
Yeah. Well, Necro, amazing against both Bristle and Centaur. Mm-hmm. So whether or not they wanted Necro before that, it's a great pick for a number of reasons, not just synergy with the Oracle, but against their big cores.
I feel like ABBA's really good here. I think they should ban ABBA.
Liquid should ban ABBA.
Yeah, I think so.
Oracle, ABBA, Necro. Well, I think that Necro might get unkillable at a certain point.
Yeah. He's just like kind of good versus like Centaur and stuff too. But they're going to look the other way and say, but it could be an offlane Necrophos, which is, of course, true. What else is Alchemist counter, really? I mean, counters Broodmother. They're opening for a 10th pick Brood here, potentially. No, it doesn't even counter Broodmother. It just like changes the game a little bit for Brood, I guess.
I mean, they have pretty good stall heroes too. I could also see Alk just being a scary.
It's also just a classic Oracle pairing, right? Like Oracle DP, Oracle Necrophos. That's definitely the reasoning.
Okay.
Razor's still in too, which NIP has to be careful of when it comes to this last ban, because right now the Razor lanes look pretty good.
I still don't know how NIP want to set up these lanes. I assume like a safe lane Ember with a mid Necro, but a lot of flexibility across these heroes. I'm curious what they think are the ideal matchups. Like, who do you want this Necro laning against?
I like the idea of playing a bit fast, because I think Bristle's kind of bad right now. I'm not a huge fan of the Bristle pack. I think that he's really hard to get going in the early game. Like, he relies so heavily on stacks and everything. I actually think that NIP should pick Razor. I think Razor looks sick here. Go Razor mid, Necrophos off lane with the Earthshaker, because that's a pretty good combo, and then Ember Spirit and Oracle together, and you just play like a fast up-tempo game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That looks pretty good to me.
Hey, there's certainly a reason why we don't really see Bristle picked by himself that much, and he's paired with Coddle. It's like that pairing is what gives him the lane dominance to get that early momentum and be a beast. But when
it gives
you
a good support to stack too. Like, it's a good pairing for numerous reasons.
Very true. Yeah.
If you go Razor, I think that's fine. I mean, if they try and Brood you, I think you're still okay. I guess you could just ban the Brood, but they might want to ban the Queen of Pain instead and pick the Razor.
OD keeps coming to mind for me for NIP, but that might be too greedy.
Yeah, I don't think that's good enough.
I don't know. Bristle, Centaur, though, these
guys are also big Meepo players, too. We should keep that in mind, but Meepo with a pick left isn't usually the best idea.
Yeah. And they take out the Lycan. I guess afraid of getting run down. We've seen those games where Coddle Bristle get off to such a good start that if your other lanes do okay and can also pressure, you hit this timing where you just basically just death ball. And Lycan is the king of that. He's also got Howl that's minus armor against all the physical. Bat Rider. Okay.
Oh, Batrider making it all the way through. Okay.
Some initiation power here. A lot of catch for NIP now. A
Yeah, the
lot
push
of
is
catch.
terrible, though. That's probably why they banned the Lycan, is that now they're kind of feeling like they're going to be stalling out a little in the mid game. Even if they snowball really hard off of kills, taking towers is like absolutely awful for their team. They just need like one more hero that pushes people off towers for Liquid, and this game's going to go on forever. And that is something that Blitz definitely looks for too. They're going to go for the Queen of Pain, so I guess they were ready for that Razor pick. That's probably what they were thinking. And then the Bats still came out, and they were like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's still pick Queen of Pain. This looks like a good Queen game.
So how are these lanes going to go for NIP?
That's a great question, because
they're
not sure either.
Who wants to match up against the Queen of Pain? That's basically the real question here.
There's that, and it's also who do you want the Bat versus? That's I assume you put the Necrophos mid. I feel like that's better because I feel like the Ember is more important, and then the Ember has the help of the Oracle.
Are any of these matchups really great for Bat? So I think Bristle with Coddle is pretty scary. It's just too much damage output, and the Bat can't be as aggressive as he'd like.
The Centaur's okay. Like,
Centaur's
you would not mind getting in a lane versus Centaur, but that's the least likely one to occur.
Right.
They might just put the Bat mid. I don't know. Obviously, they're not going to. They're going to put Saberlight on it, and they will send Charlie with the Necrophos, and Supreme will take the Ember Spirits. So,
all right. So Ember mid.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a safe lane Necro. Yeah, that's true. They could do some switcheroos here. So which draft do you actually like?
I don't know. Bristle's just not been doing it for me lately. I feel like I haven't seen a Bristle win in so long.
Even with the Coddle, I feel like you're like underestimating the power of Bristle with unlimited mana here, bud.
Well, it's not even his mana. It's just I don't think they get tanky very fast. I think they rely a lot on ancient stacks, and it's just hard to get early stacks. Like at least Liquid are very good at the hard and the medium camp stacks. Like Insania is probably going to be getting like triple stacks going on. And if he does that, then I'm more of a believer in the Bristleback. But I've just seen it in so many games lately where they completely fail to do that, where they just don't get the stacks online, and the Bristle just becomes this like really sad looking dude who just gets completely washed. You know? But we'll see. Can you hear my child screaming? I really hope you can't.
I cannot.
Oh, that's good.
I hear what you're saying. I think I like this NIP lineup a little more, even though they don't push at all. One thing that I've been noticing since the last patch came out is like just pickoff power. Teams that have more ability to initiate, find those pickoffs, turn it into a 4v5, seem to perform a little bit better.
That's a good point.
Do you agree?
That was the theme of our NA tournament that we did.
Yeah.
That was
it seems like not just the NA thing either. It's also been happening in the other regions from the little I've seen.
Yeah, but like every game we had the same story where it was just like Batrider was just winning games because he was uncountered, and then you have the Scythe too. So they definitely have like individual blow potential. And so it doesn't really matter how bad your pushing is if it's 5-on-3 or something.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to favor... I think I am going to favor NIP. I think there's just too many heroes I don't really like that much on the side of Liquid. But we'll see. I definitely don't think it's like unwinnable. That's
no, it's not by much. I think I'm within like a 5% swing. You know, this is like a 55-45, maybe even less, like a 52-48. Will certainly come down to execution, and all this talk about Bristleback certainly relevant here, as there will be a lot of pressure on him to have a good lane and take over this match sooner rather than later.
This is a good setup, though, because they have the Earthshaker with the Batrider, and I wasn't really thinking about that. So in that matchup, the Bat does fairly well, right? Because you can actually Fisher block him in, and then he's not just going to be able to like run away and get you with like the Bristle spam while you're chasing him. They might actually be able to like, you can basically threaten 4 or 5 stacks and then Fisher block him.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to go about it. I guess you don't have to
the Coddle will have blinding light too.
You don't have to like cripple the Bristle, right? Your goal is just slow him down so he's not free farming.
Koikfa has been an absolute beast, though, I have to say. Like, as someone who kind of came in a little bit late to the Dota scene, like I didn't really start watching a lot of competitive Dota till like 2012, 2013. Koikfa was one of those guys that was almost considered like on the downslope, like shortly after I started watching. Like he was still kind of like this big star, and then Team Tinker happened, and then the Mao's rosters, and then it was just like, oh, Koikfa's washed up. That was kind of the story, you know?
God, I remember Team Tinker. 2014.
Yeah.
Shout out to back in the day.
But now, Quickfa has just been absolutely insane the past couple of weeks. Like, crazy good. He's winning all his matchups. He's absolutely crushing mid. Like, he looks like a Sumail or a Noah. Like, he looks like, if you'd never seen him, that he's some new crazy pub star or something. I think he's just been working, like, super hard on his matchups.
I've heard from multiple players that he's a great teammate. Like, his ability to not rage and stay cool, calm, and collected. Like, he's a fun player to play with that has a generally positive mentality.
He's also very tall and intimidating, so you don't want to rage at him.
It's true. That is true. He is a larger fellow. Big frame. He likes slacks. He's big.
Cartoonishly large.
Cartoonishly large.
That's the Slacks' definition if I had to describe the size of Slacks.
My favorite picture ever taken is me and Slacks walking into the Frankfurt arena that somebody took behind us, and he's like twice my size. It's like a baby and this giant walking into this big arena. I don't know, something magical.
That's 4 stacks, and they have the Fisher. They're going for it.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
the stick charges. They block him out. Up to stick now. I don't think Saberlight's going to live. It's going to be so close. They're going to find the kill. Mick A goes down first. It's a first blood for Era. Wow.
That is like a coin flip of a matchup, dude. If I ever see this matchup again, like, it is completely dependent on how it plays out.
Yeah.
Like, if Insania had to hit a blinding light,
it's like manning up, and he sees the next quills. He's like, okay, it's coming. Am I going to survive this tick? Am I going to survive this tick? He's even got the Ring of Protection, which was probably enough to keep him alive.
Well, what else is crazy is that's before the Bristleback, right? So he didn't even have, like, the passive shootout coming either.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he went Viscous Goo. And no passive. Okay. That's the farce of Bristleback, is mentally getting over that block of thinking that you're tanky before you have Bristleback maxed out. Takes some training.
Oh, I don't know, Saberlight.
Oh.
Dude, this is so wild. What a matchup this is.
Even so
I don't want
far,
to look anywhere else.
I've been checking out the mid, and you are right about Koikva here. The Queen of Pain dominating the Ember right now. Skipping Blink altogether, holding a point at level 4, but 2 points in Shadow Strike right now, able to pressure Supreme pretty effectively.
Yeah, Supreme's doing pretty well. Like, he's got decent last hits, but he's going to have to invest more in regen, you would imagine. Although, he went for the really early bottle. We do not see that very often.
No.
Like, that's already used up before the 4-minute mark. It's good as long as he gets it, but if he doesn't get this 4-minute rune, this is going to be a pretty disastrous investment.
Yeah, the 4-minute flip is coming up here.
Well, how do you get the rune versus Queen of Pain, too?
If anybody rotates.
I'm really surprised he got it then.
My first thought was like, oh, bottle against Quap. This is great. They'll get rune control, and then they'll deny the runes from her, and he'll have all this regen. But you're right. How do you ever beat her to the runes, especially without Searing Chains?
That's how. They've committed the Earthshaker bottom. Koikva sees him, and so Koikva's just like, all right, well, what can you do?
All right, and the rune is bottom. It's a haste secured by Era for now. And Supreme actually TP's back to the tier 1. The Koikster is going to have to let this first one go thanks to the rotation from Era.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if Era's going to key into the fact that they must have a ward. Otherwise, Koikva could have went for that, right?
Well, maybe. I mean, the Shaker had been showing bottom, and then he leaves mysteriously around 4 minutes. It's probably not hard for Koikva to deduce where he's going, even without a ward.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it gives that much intel. Bottom again. Here we go. The block out. 4 stacks now. Saberlight knocks him back with a flame break. Gets blinded, but now up to 5 stacks. This one's going to be close. Saberlight, though, should have the damage. One more Quill would have brought him down, but even 3 stacks onto the Kano. They're looking for more.
He's got the Blightstone. Oh, no, Taya. You missed.
It's a big time.
Oh, wait. The second shot, though.
No way. No way.
No, he's got him.
Not enough, though.
Every coin helps.
Radiant's middle tower
one more
is under
weedy,
attack.
dude. You know, he just needed a little bigger breakfast.
Refuse gold given.
Well, a little misplay from the Bat Rider. Gives one over to Insania.
This bottom lane is so fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
I mean, it's working, though. 2 kills on the Bristle. That's certainly something in 5 minutes.
Oh, that ward's just dying, and Ty's gonna get spotted leaving there. So they're probably gonna know there's a ward somewhere in this vicinity. Especially when they leave like that. That one kind of gives away the between the tower ward. But that's very easy to say from my perspective, of course.
So what's been happening in the top lane?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't imagine we've looked at. Oh, Bristle again! Just as I look away, Saberlight sets up another dive.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, and
Dude,
tips them.
This fissure, though, I mean, you were totally right. This is what tips the scales.
It must be pretty good angles, because it sounds like it's going to be like completely broken, but a lot of the times they just like start cutting through a lot.
Radiant's top
And
tower
you think
is
Fisher's
under
like the end
attack.
all be all in the laning stage, but then they just like cut a couple trees.
Out
So
top
they don't
lane.
have a quelling blade on Mickey.
TP out. Oh, that was so close.
Like, I wonder how many times quelling blade would have saved him.
Well, so it's not just the fissure, it's the way they're comboing it also with the
Dire
flame break.
structures
On that
are
last
fortified.
kill, that was exactly what did it. He almost wrapped around the fissure, and Saberlight knocked him back to like the exact spot to where he started in the middle of the fissure. So you just got no angle to retreat.
Yeah. Mickey's just gone to the small camp now. And look at the
Also,
ward.
turn rate. Oh,
Wow, they double warded here from NIP. That's very interesting. Both of the pillars. So what are they trying to protect there? Basically this whole jungle. They want to stop the stacking on the ancients. That's probably what this is all about,
Dire's
right?
middle tower is
Yeah,
under
that's
They know
sort
that
of what
this is
I
where
was
Mickey
thinking.
wants to farm.
I mean, you mentioned the bristle really accelerates from the stack game. There's already a stack there.
That's why I like Razor so much, because you can actually contest the ancient stacks and just, like steal them with your ulti.
Red Era, a little scary here, and he's dead. Great ult from Koikba. I was going to say, the Shaker just kind of said, hey, Mickey, I'm here. And they reacted without a moment's hesitation. Guys, I think that's a free kill on the Shaker.
I think a lot of Queen of Pains would not have cast that ulti, because I didn't think it was going to get the kill. And then you really don't want to waste that first ulti. So, good call from
Dire's
Koikfa.
courier has been killed.
Saberlight is now level 6, though. Only level 4 on Mickey. And just now Dings 5.
And Batrider pretty much the only hero. This still goes for
Will
bots.
spread thrice.
I was a little unsure of the bots build still with all the nerfs and everything. I wasn't sure if it was still worth it, but you start watching these Batrider gains, and it's just too good with the movement speed bonus that he gets, because it's a percent-based movement speed that you get from the Firefly. So then you just get this giant flat boost from the Boots of Travel, and it's just gross. Like, you're so fast when you Firefly with these things.
Yep. And having half cooldown TPs is certainly a nice
Radiant's
bonus
middle
on top of
tower
that.
is under attack.
So now some
Most
mid-tier 1 from NIP.
I will say for now, maybe a hashtag Slacks was right, because Taiga is currently 0-0-0. Missed the kill on the bottom lane. Oh, that was cute. Did you see what he just did?
I saw the power shot. Was that...
He's power shotting by the ward to cut more trees to make the ward better.
Ah. Okay, all right. That's a little some.
Oh, your stacks though.
Here we got a creep pull.
This is very bad.
Supreme wants to clean this up.
These are bristles creeps. Go away.
There's some value farming right now. You're right. I
Oh, dude, this is so bad.
mean, there aren't many 4s that can stop this, but Taiga's just kind of watching like, hey, guys, I got a shackle if you want to try something, but, yep, creeps are dead. And now they're just going to walk away.
Koikman has Sonic Wave in like 3 seconds. Oh, dude, shackle him, Taiga! Oh my god, if he didn't power shot, he could have shackled that range creep and they could have Sonic Wave.
Ah, what could have been.
Oh, I wanted it so bad.
Yeah, having an extra brute against the Queen of Pain isn't so bad either. You know, like, Fortune's End on Oracle. It's just one more thing that's annoying for Koikba.
Oh, 10 minutes. Yeah, everyone pile on. Wow, I've never seen it spin that fast.
The Era thought he was ready to interrupt it. He was just like, what? They captured it like in the time it took Shaker to raise his totem to slam the fissure.
Yeah, that thing was spinning like wild. It was like a UFO up there.
But is
Yeah,
that
Charlie's still back in here. Dude, this is so good by enemy. They have crushed this Bristleback.
is that
he's
4
so
runes
sad.
for the Dire? Am I crazy?
So, what?
That 4 runes for NIP there, son.
It's a dead coddle.
And a kill Insania. Saberlight once again. This Batrider having an incredible game so far. 10 minutes, number 1 on net worth. This is the kind of start you want with your Bat Rider. It's so nice when you can get a couple early kills, and then that opens up your support to go move around, and you've got this experience lead, so you can actually handle the lane by yourself. They found that perfect middle ground for NIP this game in that off lane.
Look what's happening up top here with this catapult. It's actually being blocked from going under the tower by the enemy catapult because of the way Boxy pulled the wave, which is going to save it for the next push.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
So
bottom
then
the
Snakeo's just trying to
catapult
solo it. So I got to pull the wave so the tower kills the catapult, but Boxy's going to tank the tower instead. The catapult lives on.
All right, Boxy's got that max out retaliate.
Oh, Suneko's dead, dude. Dude, pro players love their catapults.
Radiant's bottom tower
So
is
much.
under attack.
Is he just going to live? Is he fine? Am I wrong?
No, what? Oh, Koikba, he's in, he's out, he's in,
Dire's
he's out,
structures are
he's in.
Radiant's bottom
No
tower
false
is
promise,
under
of course,
attack.
but 2 quick TPs. Remember, Koikba blinked in.
Yeah, he just blinked.
That's a level 1 blink, and I think they know it. Reaper's Sight's gonna come out, and the Koikster gets put 6 feet under. Oh no, now Boxy. Steering chains, still on cooldown. Nick A's here. This is the full rotation out of Liquid. Battis comes down, trying to find some kills, but Supreme just remnants away. Charlie does have some stick charges. Of course, no ulti. Seneko without a false promise will get brought down. Centaur Stampede to try to secure things here. Into the
nice
tower, onto Charlie, but Saberlight has made the rotation. He got that tier 1 bottom, drops the lasso onto Centaur. Echo Slam for one more, and now the Bristle gets killed as well. A big turn for NIP, and not what Liquid were hoping for. Saberlight wants even more.
That
He's
was
got the
nasty.
BOTs. He is fast. A nice shackle, but probably not enough to save Insania. That's 4 down now for Liquid.
Saberlight's a cowboy, dude. He lassoed him right into an Echo Slam. The alley-oop setup.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And
All off of a dive. Man, they were so ready for that TP. I thought they were just going to, Shadow Strike him and force him to Fortune's End and then, walk at him, but the blink cutoff was a very risky play from Koikfa.
yeah, it's like as soon as he blinked, you saw those TPs. Just like, oh, we got him, boys. Great bait there, Oracle.
I wonder
And,
if he thought Boxy would, ult him out or something.
Matt did get that tier 1 in the bottom lane before he TP'd. So really good discipline there not to snap TP right away and still get an extra objective for the team and also play cleanup. Now Supreme, invisibility rune. He sees the Koikster. They're starting to set up. They've got him in their sights. The sniper rifle's engaged, but do they have the damage? Negative.
That was a bit risky without lasso. Well, Supreme has 3 remnants, though, so...
Yeah, it's like low-level searing chain, so you don't have that duration. Or a tall order. I'm also a little worried for Liquid because, all things equal, I don't think they really win the late game. You're going to play the momentum on this Bristleback, but Necro, Ember Spirit, Bat, they will outscale you. So NIP are in a great spot now where they're winning this early game, and they don't have a huge amount of pressure to force kills or keep up this momentum. The pressure is definitely going to be on
Radiant's
Liquid
middle
moving
tower
forward.
is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
That feels pretty good right now. Although, the Bristle is catching up. He's now top of the Radiant Heroes.
Koikfa again used his blink, but they can't close the gap. Koikfa is playing a very risky style this game, especially given that his farm isn't amazing, no Yule's Scepter yet.
They desperately need this tower, though. It's taken them so long to take it despite being so far ahead. In terms of the the map movements and the control over the bottom half of the map. Surprised it took that long to get that middle tower. But this should help cut off a lot of that jungle from Mikke, and Insania is just following him everywhere, which is keeping Insania's levels very high. He's level 8 right now on that Keeper of the Light compared to level 6 on Oracle's Seneko.
That's pretty nice.
Insania has talked a lot about Seneko recently. He thinks he's the best position 5 right now. Thinks he's been playing incredibly well. And if you watch a lot of Seneko's game, he seriously has been popping off in a ton of them.
I mean, Seneko's always had a reputation as a scary roamer. I remember right when he started breaking onto the scene, that statistic about how much distance heroes cover, and he was consistently always covering more distance than anyone else, regardless of hero.
So Era just popped their smoke, moving through there, and then everyone pinged each other, and now they're just rushing top. So Saberlight's out. He's going bottom. And Era has a Blink Dagger. Oh,
Wow.
Hello, Yapsor.
15
that's pretty
minutes.
good. That's the same time as Bat gets. I mean, as bad as Boots of Travel, but still. I didn't think Era was that farmed. He only has 15 last hits. He just has only died once and has been fairly involved in 6 of the 8 kills.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
All right, invasion from Liquid. Sword
This
coverage.
is pretty good considering Mickey got the tower hit, and his whole team is playing the Vanguard right now. Like, they're way in the way of any movement from NIP, and it's giving full waves over to the Bristleback, because you have to get him off the ground, you know? He's still not that tanky and
Dire's top
terrifying.
tower is under attack.
Gold lead kind of plateaued now, still holding steady at 3K for NIP. Now the smoke.
Dire's
Looking
top
for this
tower
Blink
is
Dagger
under
reveal.
attack.
Boxy gonna head east. And they might bump into Taiga, the 0-0 and
Saberlight
1
wants
Wind
more.
Ranger.
My arrow lies broken.
Instantly blinks over him, but can't find anyone else.
Not feeling the impact of this position 4 Wind Ranger.
Slacks is pleased.
He sure is.
Man, this game would be so much easier if they had any tower push.
I can't believe that that video was 28 minutes long. I saw the script for that video. I was like, all right, cool. This will be like a nice 5-6 minute piece. Thought
Well,
it
you
was
know,
a
once he
joke.
gets going.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I heard,
Oh, down bottom.
Lasso.
They're gonna jump in onto Mickey. They'll block him out with the fissure. Now Boxy counter initiates and Saberlight.
I love Saberlight so much, dude. He's like my favorite player to watch. This guy's insane.
Well, he gets put down there. Remnant away. Ember Spirit might be all right.
is under attack.
Boxy still pursuing. And Charlie does have a Blade Mail and a Reaper Scythe trying to get to Boxy, but he's too slow. TP out from Seneko. A very awkward fight for NIP, and I think Charlie's going to end up getting left behind. Reaper Scythe not going to be enough for the kill on the
Arrow wants it.
Dual Scepter, though. Era does find that kill onto Boxy. Does cost Charlie his life, and also Seneko. But now Supreme's on the run. It's a messy fight, and ends up working out okay for
Dude,
Liquid.
Era's lurking, but he's under a ward. He might die for this.
Want this Quap so bad.
Man, that was sick. Boxy jumped onto Era, and he just echoed him before he could have stalled. He was so ready for that. Oh, Era gets clipped.
Oh, Lasso, they actually come back in for more. Saberlight's crazy. Insania might burn down, and there is enough damage. The Fissure just enough. That makes it a 2 for 2. Still an advantage for Liquid, though.
Oh, it's past 17 minutes, guys. Go start hitting some creeps. Okay, where's this mango tree from the Dire? Am I crazy? Because I don't see it. And I don't think they ever placed it. I think it's just in their stash. Gotta get those mangoes out, dude. Ember has an empty slot. That could be mangoes. Do you know how good mangoes are on Bat Rider?
Pretty
Swap
darn
those
good.
things in, farm like crazy. Oh, look at this stack that Saberlight's getting right now. Oh, yeah. That's really, he's got that stack. He just farmed up the hard camp over there, which was also stacked. He's thinking about the Yules, is he?
Radiant are
Shadow
I
Blade.
just wanted a BKB.
It's just turning into one of these weird new age games where I kind of felt like NIP should be pulling further ahead by now because this Bristle hasn't been balling, but he's number 2 at net worth. He's 3, 4, and 4. He's found enough farm. Lotus Orb's really close. Like, NIP have
they're-
not run away with this yet.
Yeah, there's definitely a wave shove problem, I think, for the side of NIP. It's a wave shove and a tower push problem.
Yep.
You can make up for bad wave shove if you have good tower push, because sure, you can 5-man down lane and take the tower, and then the natural flow of the game is going to help the wave stay in your favor once you've like knocked down those towers. But they don't really have either. Their best wave clear is like the Ember. Necrophos is okay. Oh, sorry.
Bat.
The best one's actually Bat Rider.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But as you saw, he just got punished trying to push out that bottom lane.
yeah.
And now they're going to rotate mid. Shackle shot does connect onto Era. They see Seneko, though. False Promise is available. Fissure connects on 3. Supreme is here. Set up in between the towers. Liquid might have gone a bit too deep. Oracle Necro, it's a nice combo, but it does cost them Seneko.
Oh, nice stomp.
Beautiful Coddle ult to set up this fight, and this looks like it's going to be Liquid's to take. Supreme on the run. Mickey trying to dive. Koikbill will be there. How deep do they want to go? They force a buyback from Era now. Bat Rider with the lasso. They're going to try to shut down Era, and they've got plenty of damage.
Jeez, Era just blinked up there with Echo ready too.
Another chaotic fight. Ends up a 2-for-2, but with the buyback, oddly enough, still ends up being a small gain for NIP, but it is Liquid that have broken this game open. They were the aggressors.
Yeah, even with buyback costing like 500 for Era, he only ends up losing like 100 with his involvement when he got back, I think. Duel's now done too for Saberlight. Oh, and a blink for Insania. So he's just going to play way back and try and make sure that he's not going to get grabbed up there by Saberlight on that Bat Rider. Is there anything better than Blink first this game for Insania? It protects him from the Shaker. It protects him pretty well from the Ember and the Bat Rider just because he's going to play so far away from the team fights. Seems alright. I guess Glimmer would be the debate, right? Because there's a Necrophos, an Ember, a Shaker. Glimmer versus Necrophos, obviously extremely good.
And it's pretty darn good against Bat, too.
Yeah. Maybe he'll go it next. He does like his Glimmer Caves.
Interesting how we talked about Oracle Necro from the healing perspective, but it's also cool how you can use Purifying Flames to get people within threshold for a Reaper Sight to get the kill, and not really be worried about the healing over time. You know, that's a cool mechanic. Ding.
Saberlight pops, goes right onto Taiga.
All right, I don't know if that's the target they wanted, but follow-up is here. Insania drops the Ignis. Taiga survives, and now they're going to go in onto the Ember. He gets the False Promise. He'll be able to survive. NIP now in retreat. Seneko does manage to TP out. Saberlight getting knocked around, but netted up as Charlie falls on the low ground. They're going to get 3 out of this. A failed gank for NIP.
Nice turnaround there with the double shackle from Taiga.
They only got 2, my bad.
And then obviously the Will-O-Wisp. Pretty big for that one. And that's going to be easy tower and potential... They could have roached instead, I guess, but the tower is kind of free. They're actually smoking bot. Oh, this is nice. They're looking for the split pusher, and they are completely correct. The Supreme's going to be down here. Not expecting this one at all.
Yeah. Great shackle opener. They've got the stun lock, and it's a freebie. Taiga showing us what the Wind Ranger's all about.
That's that ward right there. That's what that is. Right up on the high ground. Easy peasy. Dude, that was a sick smoke. You don't get the tower, but you kill a core and you like put them off their footing. Unfortunately, they also scan behind the tower, see there's no one else, and they decide not to push that either. So would have been nice to get both the tower pressure and the Ember and not lose your Coddle.
Insania with a blinding light. Will not save him. Now Ty, is this going to be the one at a time syndrome? Boxy does complete the TP. Koikfa TP's in, or blinks in rather. Saberlight goes down, and they want more. Now Era on the run. No Blink Dagger available. Looks like Fissure might be enough.
Ember's back, and the Echo's there. That was good, though. Again, they're just catching them when they're not at full strength, right? Like, sure, we lost our Coddle, but we know your Ember's still dead, so we'll all TP in here because there's not that much punish.
Wow, how things have turned. I mean, I did talk a lot about NIP's ways to initiate, but Liquid also have quite a few between the Shackle, the Centaur.
Every coin helps.
I mean, at a certain point, Bristle just running at you is a pretty effective form of initiation.
It felt like they did such a good job of shutting down the Bristle early on, and they did, but the thing about Liquid that's different from a lot of other teams, especially Insania, is that he never stops stacking. He stacks the whole damn game, you know?
Yeah.
The only person who does as much as him is like Z-Freak sometimes when he was like playing the 5-2, was he was just going nuts on the stacking. because they see the value in it. It gives your hero so much.
And especially, as we mentioned, as hero kills are just not worth as much as they used to be, it feels like this strategy is rewarded even more now. Like, yeah, you killed our Bristle 2 or 3 times, but all the gold that I've accrued through these stacks that we're pretty much guaranteed to take, it's better for us.
They stole so many of those stacks, too. All right, another initiation mid lane on the Charlie.
Charlie just picked up that Aghanim.
You see how close that was?
That was a robbery. But will this Aghanims be the game changer? Now a Shackle connects. He does have the blade mail on, but Mickey just does not care. This Aghanims does not seem to be changing much as Charlie gets brought down. Now the ult from Insania. They're going to go in on to Seneko. He'll false promise himself, but it just buys him a little bit of time before taking that first-class ticket back to the grave. That'll be 2 dead on the side of NIP. Liquid erupting with more momentum here. That was also the reveal of the Orchid on the Queen of Pain.
That was excellent, too, to force that, Yules, and then guarantee it with a Sonic Wave. Because, sure, he looked really low, but he was going to come down, pop Ghost Shroud again, and a 20-charge wand. And he would have been, like, full HP on that Necrophos. So, Koifa just says, screw it, I don't care if it's a single target with my Sonic Wave. It's worth it to kill the Necrophos, because then they can't contest us. We can go right into the Roche Pit. His arrow was waiting for this big Echo Slam. Now he's going to try again, but Boxy's standing in the way. Hello?
Roche at 2k HP. This is a little risky, but NIP won't be able to contest it. Lasso comes out. Roshan falls. H is picked up by Mickey. Boxy in pretty deep, but reinforcements not far away. Perfect positioning on this Centaur. Now Mickey's here. He's ready to party. The Centaur does get put down with the Reaper's Scythe. Uh-oh. And Liquid turn this. Now the buyback from Centaur. Koikba comes in. They're trying to finish off Charlie. He's stunned up, and he's still alive. The Aghanim's coming into play for sure. There's the Blade Mail, but now without that Ghost Shroud, not going to be able to live. The turn back, Mickey very low, but still holding the Aegis. That's the Aegis of the Immortal. He'll be coming back, and on the other side, a Shackle onto Saberlight, trying to finish off Koikba, who is going to burn down. I think this is good for NIP.
Yeah, they took the Aegis too, and I think they're getting out of here.
They force a buyback, get the Aegis. Let's take a look at the recap. And it is about a 1,300 swing.
Oh my god, that fight was so crazy. The 5 shackles were thrown up by Taika there, and I think he hit 3 of them, at least. It was pretty good. He missed one that was pretty punishing right at the start that might have saved Boxy's first life, but they were just not positioned in a good way for him on the Dire team. Saberlight, man, Saberlight plays these fights so well. I can't believe he got out of there. He was like bobbing and weaving in the middle of that engagement and still doesn't have that BKB, but still feels so tanky just because of the movement speed he's got and then its ability with the Force Staff and the Blink to just be so slippery. This Ember still doesn't feel that scary. He's just getting Deso. Oh, and they just got the Orb of Destruction too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ember finally hits people now.
All right, so Paladin Sword and, ooh, the Quickening Charm comes out for Bristle. I imagine you give that to Quap. Yep, she'll take it straight away. And Bristle still with an Imp Claw for now.
Not the best item for us here. It's okay. But it's not, I don't know, it doesn't really synergize with all the other stuff in your kit. But their other items aren't that great either.
Yeah. Gotta love that Orb of Destruction, though. 20% slow on melee.
It's pretty good.
Ooh. Okay. Looking a little careful. He does have a lot of armor. It's part of the reason why I like this Lotus Orb so much. See that with Bristles sometimes, where you just look to max your HP, then you realize, oh wow, if I had some armor. Just got a great, well-rounded build right now. Plenty of regen. You got some status resistance with the S and Y. I like this a lot.
It's all about the Abyssal, too, in these Bristle games. That's where the hero gets kind of crazy.
Yep. And isn't it what? Oh, we're going to see a lasso.
They're smoking to him.
Is Boxy the target, though? He's pretty tanky. Still has the Stampede. Pops the pipe. Charlie does get the false promise, so Necro will survive for now, but that means Seneko is going to be a target. Bristleback going in as far as he can. Charlie survives for now. Another long, drawn-out fight. Both sides with 5 alive, but the Necro will be the first to give. 50 seconds on the sideline. They were just out of tools to save him.
The Will-O-Wisp works hilariously well with the Wind Ranger, I have to say. Because like Taiga blinks in and he's just like waiting. He's like, wait, I can just literally wait for them to be pulled next to each other. He just stands there and shackles them. And there's still Echo Slam here, so they can't be too, gung-ho here.
Another shackle robbery.
That was a robbery. How he's in the forest, man. Like,
jeez. Now the Basher on Bristle. So how you feeling about Bristle, Trent? You were pretty negative. All I heard in the draft was, I don't like Bristle. Bristle underperforms. Bristle this, Bristle that. Bristle me a win here.
Teams don't do a very good job of stacking for him.
So that's it. You think the key to it here is Insania's unyielding ability to stack nonstop, and that's what did it. Is that the hill you're willing to die on? Okay.
I'm high on stacking, yeah.
I can't disagree with that.
On top of that, I think the lack of push, not only hero-wise, but also discipline to just run down towers, might have been a key factor in the earlier game for NIP. They're not out of it by any means right now because they still have this like crazy good pickoff potential, but it feels like they gave Liquid way too much space in this game. And they tried to cut it off too. Like they had such good vision in the early game, cutting off these paths between the jungles. But they just weren't able to like secure it enough through tower pushing.
The Shadow Blade is coming for the Earthshaker. You never know. Now this could turn into a Silver Edge shred. And then.
I mean, I don't even worry that much because they have Bat Rider. I mean, Bat's pretty good versus the...
Oh, no Shackle connection, but Saberlight still low. The Bash from the Bristle helping out quite a bit. Mickey not too scared. On the other side, Stampede gets used. Boxy just jumps right in. Beautiful stun on two. Sets up a great Clop ult. Coddle to follow, but they actually kill the Centaur first in exchange for the Ember. Looks like NIP are running low on resources. Coddle ult clips Sineko, but he does survive. Now Quap getting pulled deep. Echo from Era. They get 2 court kills on the side of Liquid. And somehow Sineko is still alive. The Bristle just can't finish him off. That ended up being a good fight for NIP, at least for now.
Yeah, can they get the big one, though? Good bounce up here.
Saberlight needs to be careful. He goes down to the ponies from Insania. This Bristle is so scary. It might actually have slowed him down enough now, though. Era comes in. Oracle cleansing out Charlie. Buyback from Saberlight.
Oh, look, he came mid. He bounced up Taiga.
Now the TP from Taiga.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And despite the great TP from Saberlight, Mickey might still be okay. There's no lasso for 30. They might have finally got him here, Trent. This is one long chase, and now out of resources, they get the 6x streak on Mickey. Saberlight with 600 gold to try to make that buyback worth it.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty worth it.
Wow.
Only get the kill on the Taiga, too.
I just can't believe how well that went for NIP in general.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty over. Once they did the refresh shackle, do you see that? And they shackled, and then Insania shocked Taiga, and they shackled them again while the Ember died. So then Sineko was double shackled and still lived. And that was after, I think he was part of that jump in from Boxy.
I guess Koikba just went too deep. He got punished pretty hard by that lasso. Bat Rider jumps in. Do they get the Yule Scepter to try to counter-initiate? Insania is going to go down. Didn't have an ultimate anyway. Ooh. And now Sineko gets brought down in exchange. NIP committing a bit too much on the high ground. Saberlight maybe in some trouble, but Liquid not going to get caught out of the base. Box heads for the hills.
They have Fisher. Oh, this is tempting. Oh, he was going to dunk him. Did you see that?
He wanted it. Shackle slowing him. And now NIP going to be forced to retreat. All right, so it ends up just being a support trade.
Oh, it's a good game, guys. This is already better than our first series combined. Oh, they need a breather. They're like, whoa. This is a little too good here, guys. We got to slow down.
Let's slow it on down here, gang.
Let the people take a rest. You guys have probably been glued to your screens because of all this action.
Well, these fights have also been particularly stressful where you have these really beefy heroes that are on these long chases. You got this Necro going one way and then this Bristle on the other side, and they sustain for a really long time until they run out of items or spells, and then they just fall over. And
they're very spread out fights, too. It's really hard to grasp who's winning during them. I feel bad for our observer.
That is true. shout out to Dota Pit for providing production and an observer.
Yes, thank you very much. I know it's hard online with like the syncing and everything, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's great for us. Makes your job a lot easier.
I don't mind doing obs for all of the game outside of the giant team fights, but for the 5v5 team fights, it makes it so much easier to call the action when I can look at whatever I want, not have to think about, okay, I'm controlling the viewer's perspective into this. It's too much to focus on during a team fight. I like the freedom of being able to just follow whatever thread feels right.
And back he comes.
You spoiled ass analysis people. Being able to look at whatever you want.
It's pretty great. I'm not going to lie.
There's that DD on Supreme right now. Tossed in the bottle.
All right. Let's see. I have not looked at Dota Plus yet. Don't look. We have to decide who we think is going to win. Okay, or who do we think Dota Plus is going to have the percentages on?
I think Dota Plus is like slightly favoring Liquid. I think it's surprisingly low given that they've taken control because it'll favor the Ember, Necro, Batrider late game.
I was going to say
60-40.
61% Liquid.
Oh, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. 60.
Right. 68% Liquid. We were close.
We were in the ballpark.
That sounds pretty fair. I would maybe lower it a hair.
Really? Okay.
Well, 68. I think 68 is like a little high. I thought maybe 65 initially, and then I thought that almost felt too high, so I lowered it down a little. But
I don't know. I liked this NIP draft a bit more when I saw it, like after the drafting phase was done, and I'm still impressed at how well Mickey's done, even with the stacks and everything. Like, he's handily #1 on net worth. We're 35 minutes in, and this Bristle is straight carry in this game right now. He's going to have the Abyssal Blade. Gone are the days of Bristle being like an undying. Okay, you're insane for 15 minutes, then you fall off.
Yeah.
He's maintained the momentum. I'm very impressed with this Bristle back. And in turn, it's making it challenging to read how this is going to go.
I mean, the buff to Abyssal Blade made Bristleback way better. Like, the jumping category, like, Bristle never had anything like that. And then it just became this god-tier item on Bristleback.
I think it's a sleeper item on those traditional off-lane-esque heroes. Like Axe is another example. I've seen people do it in pubs, not really in pro, but having another gap closer, having an excuse to build a Vanguard and then build it into something, all those things feel really, really nice.
It's quite the item. And now they're going to smoke up. They know the Roche is there, I'm sure.
I think...
Oh, they saw that? They're pinging. They saw the quills.
Oh.
They saw him building his Warpath stacks on the ward. So Saberlight's looking to block it.
Oh, but they're going to catch him, though. There's that Abyssal initiation.
They have the save,
They'll jump in. Do they have the follow-up? They don't. Oracle doesn't even have to use the ultimate. Now Lasso comes down. They'll kill Boxy first. It looks like he survives. The Reaper's Scythe is there. Immediate buyback. Koikba with the BKB ult. They do bring down Saberlight. Out 5v4 with that Centaur buyback, and they're going to get another Seneko, but no, it's Arrow with the dunk. They turn on to Koikba. Another long, drawn-out fight as Seneko goes down. Mickey deciding how deep he wants to go. 2 for 2, and they'd love this kill on Charlie to give them an advantage. I think Liquid need a little more to make this worth it after the buyback, but now they lose Taiga. They come in to kill Charlie. But can Supreme finish off Meke? This is going to be a tall order. Meke very low, just sustaining for now, and he is going to live.
Oh, the Lotus. It's too good. And that's his last Vessel charge, too. He can't even try chasing any further. Oh, man, that was so good. I can't believe how fast Boxy got back there after that buyback. He just zoomed his way back over to this team fight. Oh, man, Taiga, what an excellent stun. He ended up dying for it, but he got in there and stopped that save when they were trying to bait Saberlight and it wound into that Will-O-Wisp and everything. He was trying to like break it up so that then Saberlight could go nuts on the rest of the team fight with all the Firefly and everything, but he got shackled and then couldn't get the false promise off when he wanted it.
So, all right, we got a taste of... This is what I don't understand about Silver Edge, dude. You don't buy it against Bristle. He's always been my #1, like, oh, if you're going to break somebody, I mean, come on, that's the hard counter. And here we've got the Shadow Blade, and Era says, no, I need the BKB.
Well,
the
think
break
about what he
does
is,
not
right?
matter.
He's a support shaker. Like, how is he really... I don't know. I think with like the Will-O-Wisp and the Stampede and the various saves, like the likelihood of you getting a like, oh, I'm gonna Echo Slam, activate my Silver Edge, and then we're all gonna kill him is just not that high.
Well, the fights haven't really gone that way, though. It's not like it's the one Cataclysm and then it just ends. It's been these long series of kind of 2v1s that morph as people rotate around and find other opportunities. So
Right. And that's why it's bad, because the break only lasts for what? Like 4 seconds?
yeah, but you could combo it with like the lasso, for example. Right now, they cannot catch the bristle because they just can't kill him. But if you lasso him, pull him back, and then hit him with it, and then drop the combo, there's a world where you could kill him.
Pretend there was a hero that didn't have Bristleback, and he had 3,190 health and 23 armor. Do you think that he's still going to die?
With a Necro on your team, yes.
Yeah, but they have the Will-O-Wisp and everything. They have all these big saves. This guy doesn't have a
Dire's
BKB on the
top
Necrofoe, so he's
is
just
under
getting
attack.
silenced and stunned up, and like he doesn't have Greaves. He doesn't have. He can Yules himself, but he obviously
I would
can't
agree
sight.
BKB on Necro would be a key aspect of that working.
I just don't think it's realistic to think that you're going to get a break on this Bristleback and kill him in that window. To me, it's more valuable to play Earthshaker the way you're supposed to and wait for the more opportune Echo Slam and not try and be the hero who kills Bristleback.
That's for me.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like that. So that last fight, for example, after the initial pickoffs were done, it was just the Bristleback show running around. Like, aren't those the moments where Silver Edge stops him from being able to play that kind of one-man show when it's broken down in that kind of way?
Yes,
I
but
see
there
what
are
you
also
mean in
two
the
Radiant
actual
Wards.
5v5 fights. Yeah. It's tricky.
I just think the likelihood of it working out are pretty
Well, like, they
less in
can't
your
kill
favor
him
than
right
BKB. Listen, there's gonna be a smoke fight here, Zyari. There's no time for this.
All right, let's see this Bristleback not get killed again. Look at this perfect initiation. They're just going to get a freebie on the Ember? No, not quite.
Oh, Mickey's got the
Close, though.
flicker.
McKay still on the front line. Now he's going to run in onto Charlie. NIP in a really awkward position here.
Dude, he
They're
would
so
actually get
spread
broken
out.
so hard right now. Varus.
They're trying to figure out this back line, and they might have gotten it. Now Supreme pops his BKB. They've got Taiga. There's two fights at once now. Sineko's actually going to be the first to die. Now the Stampede from Boxy so they can reset. This is working out so well for Liquid. Is now Supreme, does not have the BKB as Insania drops the ult, tries to knock Charlie in. Koifa rejoins the fray, and Supreme is just dead. Now a 5v3, they're going to get chased down. Charlie's dead. Saberlight gets bashed. This is a 4-for-1.
It's over.
Wow. I mean, that was a great initiation from Liquid. You know, they used the Abyssal to catch the Ember to get things started, and you could tell NIP were just not... They weren't on the same page. They were too spread out, and that time it did not work in their favor.
Yeah, it was like the full wraparound
Yeah.
combo with a great initiation.
Yeah.
Not the angle they were expecting.
I think you make good points against the Silver Edge, Trent. My point is that at some point you're going to have to kill this Bristle or you just fucking lose the game. And it's looking like this game might end before this Bristle dies again. You see where I'm coming from, bud?
I mean, yes and no.
Are there any tools to kill him? I mean, is this just the point where he's at critical mass and unless they get this perfect initiation, like what is the strategy to deal with a Bristle at this stage when he's got this
At
kind
this
of
point, you would have been hoping for lasso into sight, like when he's high grounding. But obviously, he has Aegis now, so.
I mean, even without the Aegis, I don't know that he'd be playing positionally much different right now. He's got a 10-second BKB. Mickey's straight rolling,
Dire's
dude.
middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle
Don't worry,
barracks
Snake's
are
pushing into
under
that bottom
attack.
lane. Things are totally under control here.
It should be a melee barracks. One more? We need one more. There it is.
Barracks has fallen.
Cardi's helping out. There's still tier 2 standing in the side lanes, so Liquid just back on out. One more barracks. 14k net worth, now they're favored. Pretty wild, it's only 4 hero kills, but 14k net worth.
I mean, a lot of their kills were in the later parts of the game too, right? Because they had a fairly large kill deficit, I feel like, at the start of this game. At least it felt that way.
Up to about 90% now on Dota Plus.
Yeah, that I can definitely agree with. In fact, I'd put it higher at this point.
Dire's
Unless this
bottom
Ember
tower
can go
is under
insane
attack.
split push mode.
Feels like Liquid's game to
Dire's
throw.
bottom
That's the
tower
way I
has
would
fallen.
qualify it right now.
Yeah.
Certainly still possible for NIP, but you're banking on Liquid making some kind of big-time mistake. Also a gem in the hands of the Centaur. Was stolen. It's actually Era's gem that he's picked up. But,
yeah, I
now
think Saberlight was carrying that.
Vision control, and it'd be an issue for NIP, no doubt.
They do have the ninja gear here on Saberlight, which is a really nice item that helps get this grab on a boxing.
Lasso setup onto Centaur. All right, there you go.
All right, now, let me tell you something.
At the 140 seconds on the sideline, dog. That's a dieback and a Reaper's Sight. All right. This could be good.
Yo, get out of there.
Mickey, he's actually fallen pretty quick. The BKB on from Supreme. They found some damage all of a sudden. This is NIP's fight, but Koikma drops a huge ultimate. They trade Sunaiko for Taiga.
Where's the Echo?
Mickey now on the run. They want to finish off this kill. This would be a big one if they can find it, and I think they will. Mickey.
It's still just the Fisher or the Aegis, so he has to hold the Echo.
Yeah, he was holding his BKB.
Get the creeps on it. No, bring the creeps over.
He gets off the BKB. They can't echo it now. Mickey still on the front lines. This man is unstoppable. Still 100 seconds on the Centaur. It is a 3v4. Dual Scepter. Queen of Pain comes back down. There's the Echo, but Force Staff gets her up to the high ground. Koikma gets knocked back down by the Flame Break, rooted, and the Koikster will fall. Now Mickey left all alone. He's going to try to TP. A bold maneuver that will not work out. And they might have actually killed this Bristleback. He gets lassoed. He's stunned up. The blinds are just not going to do it. Whoa, that Flame Break? Not going to save him. Okay, I got nervous for a second.
Oh, well, my God. They did it, dude.
Yeah, that's 4,500 net worth swing. About 13,000 XP gain for NIP. And this game is now even. That's no buyback on the Bristle for 80. And NIP might be able to go high ground and do some damage.
Shout out to Ninja Gear, dude. Helping the Bat Rider be all sleuthy and sneaky and just 100-0 death on Boxy. Now, to your credit, this Centaur War Rider, okay, he only has 10 armor, to be fair, but he died pretty fast in that.
He did.
In that lasso.
I mean, at this point, you got to get him to 50%. That's pretty much what Reaper's Scythe is at. You know, get him to 45%, whatever that threshold is. That's pretty doable.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And also good, like normally you'd say, you don't want to catch the Centaur, but they knew they didn't have buyback.
Did they?
Well, maybe it was cooling down, but yeah, it didn't when they killed him.
No, he ticked into it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. All right, well, it's even better, though, if he buys back, and then you kill him again with Reaper's Scythe. I think he's out of the game for like 160 seconds or something. It's like a Warlock ult cooldown.
No, they want that +1. They see the ward in the base, though. They realize, like, yo, someone's gonna come for this thing, but they were ready.
Whoa!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That was scary. Saberlight's brave. All right, well, this is where the game gets very interesting, dude. 3K net worth lead. The Dota Plus is now back down to 62%. NIP right back in it. They get this other tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
I don't know, though. Can they do it again? I'm doubtful. I'll be honest. I don't think this game has changed as much as the numbers say.
And if Centaur had a buyback there, I think that fight would have looked very different.
Well, now he also has a BKB, too. I think, and now there's also a Blink Scythe on Insania, who has plus 200 cast range. Let's see the range of his Scythe. Yeah, give me a break, dude. Look how stupid this is. He can Scythe from that far away.
With the Blink Dagger as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't that talent nerfed too, the 200 cast range?
Yeah, it was, but it was 350 before, but now he's the telescope too. So he basically has the old talent. A little less, in fact.
Another fight, potentially. Charlie in the front lines. Liquid going to catch the initiation this time. Charlie down low. They've got a lot of stuns, but they can't finish him in time. Now the counter initiation. BKB, pop by Mickey. The ult from Koikba. Who's actually going to be the target of choice? The Bat Rider up to the high ground. Not enough damage for the kill on Quap, so she blinks away. It's Era on the low ground getting killed by Taiga. He's actually going to be the first to fall. Now the Ember Spirit very low, but killed by Boxy. This fight right back the other way in favor of Liquid. They do have buybacks available, but holding them as the Hex now comes onto the Necro. Follow-up stun, a lot of damage, and Charlie's down.
Did they get anybody? No. Wasn't sure if maybe there's a buyback I missed. Oof. Double scythe that fight from Insania. Locking down the Necrophos right at the end, too. Just far too difficult.
Dyer's
Yeah,
middle
Also, the
barracks
fact that
are under
Era wasn't able to get
attack.
anything done was pretty
Dyer's
painful.
middle barracks.
Okay, so there's tier 2s in the side lanes. They have buybacks. This is an interesting conundrum for Liquid. Do you just push out side
Dyer's
lanes?
middle
Look at
tower
Saberlight,
is under
dude.
attack.
All right, they're going to force the buybacks. They're going for the win.
Dyer's structures
There is a
are
glyph for the
fortified.
Dire, so there's no way they finish here. Is there?
Well,
Burn
no,
all
they
these
should buy
buybacks.
back. They basically try to scare them off without buying back everyone.
Has fallen.
All right, so there's 2. There's 3. That's all the buybacks now.
They have scythe.
And Seneko able to live. False promises himself. Liquid will start to back out as they pop the BKBs. Happy with the economic damage, but they might get forced into a fight. BKB comes. No lasso for 55. Charlie in the front lines looking for a scythe. They catch it on the Mickey, but it's not enough damage. Now the Stampede. Liquid sounding the retreat. Shackle onto Saberlight. They're going to get away with this. All 5 still alive. They force 3 buybacks and even get a tier 4 on top. That was like a 6K swing just in buybacks.
Radiant's top
That
tower
shackle
is
shot
under
talent
attack.
makes a big difference. I could feel that in that fight. The plus 0.8 seconds.
4.6 seconds is a long time to be stunned, Trent.
Yeah.
That's like a primal roar from a Beastmaster.
It's more, actually. I think it's only 4.25.
Whoa! What?
Radiant are scanning.
Actually, it's
And
just a
on-
flat 4. Never mind.
On 2 heroes, nonetheless. Uh-huh.
Oh, they got a tome on Charlie. What's he gonna look for here? Death Pulse down to 3 seconds or the Heartstopper? Heartstopper is percent based. I could see the argument there. Let's see. Do 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 do. I feel like you go for the plus 0.5 because you're like also jacking it up, right? Yeah, let's go.
There you go.
Versus Bristle and Centaur, that seems kind of sick.
It sure does. The issue, though, is that it's over time. And even though these fights have been really spread out and drawn out, and it sounds like it'll be good, they're so spread out that it's not like you're getting Heartstopper ticking on the whole team while it's happening. So it'll be interesting to see if that makes any like noticeable difference.
It does double during Shroud, and he has the Aghanims. That's kind of cool.
What is it, like a 6% decay with the Ags and Ghost Shroud on? That is a lot.
Yeah.
Now the initiation outside of the pit. Shackle shot onto the Bat Rider. Follow up from Mickey. Saberlight does live thanks to the Oracle. Now he pops his BKB. Still a good initiation from Liquid though, and they're going to jump in onto Seneko. BKB from Supreme. Buyback from Seneko as Boxy's getting clicked down low. Mickey trying to come in and save him, but
He missed the right click.
just enough as he blinks up. The BKB keeps him alive, and now Supreme gets turned on. He does not have a buyback. It's a dieback from last time, and this could be the nail in the coffin for NIP. They can't take too much more in the way of losses here. Snako has the ulti in about 15. Charlie desperately trying to live, but another Abyssal Blade. More follow-up damage. Bat Rider. Oh, the Lotus Orbs there. That stops Saberlight dead in his tracks. And I think they're going to find a counter kill. This Bat Rider just can't handle it. Now Mickey looking to chase down Charlie. Bat Rider buys back.
Radiant's bottom tower
Only
is under
one
attack.
buyback remaining for NIP.
I'm surprised they're able to drive them off. Maybe they're just thinking about finishing that Roach, though, and indeed they are. With the Aghanims in there for Mickey, one would think. Although Taiga getting it would also be... actually, it's not the best game for the Wind Ranger one, because it's not a lot physical. I think Mickey's the best one. Although Saberlight's a pretty good Axe, too.
That's actually all of their buybacks on
Oh,
NIP.
he's in.
Every single hero
Saberlight.
is on cooldown. It does get snatched.
He got the Aghanims.
Okay, if he gets away with this, it might actually be worth it. Koikma jumps up to the high ground. It's a 5v4, still no Ember. Seneko trying to do what he can to survive. Does grab a courier.
They have to fight. He doesn't have buyback on the Necro.
Charlie lives. None of them have buybacks. Era gets off the dunk before he goes down. Where's the damage going to come from now? They have to get some of these kills. Charlie still deep in the back line, sustaining, but they just can't kill anything. Mickey still topped off, full HP, full mana. Charlie shackled and killed. 3 dead without buyback, and Seneko will get chased down up top. NIP put up a hell of a fight, but they are now in big, big trouble. GG
no.
gets called. There it is.
Oh, I wanted to see Saberlight use the Aghanims and try and drag to them the fountain anyway. He didn't even apply the items to his hero.
That was a good try. Epic plays at the end in the Roche pit. They were in big trouble, and they made the big play to try to keep them in the game, but...
Yeah. I mean, that huge fight mid that they won, it was almost enough. It just came like 2 or 3 minutes too late to turn this game around, I think. Because the big items were already like about to come out on these heroes, like the Scythe on the Coddle and the BKB on the Centaur War Runner. If they could get that fight to actually like stop the production of those items instead, maybe they have a better chance. But I think just the too slow tempo there of that early game where it felt like they did such a good job again with that vision. I really like everything NIP did, but they just weren't able to secure enough of the territory for themselves through tower.
Yeah.